I thought about not responding to this, but it's most likely I'm probably going to take my live stream down. I don't really keep a lot of my live streams up. I'm still debating on that, even though it was cool. Sometimes I don't keep them up, but that's aside the point. Some of you guys know how I feel about this situation with Phil, and I've gotten, some into some interesting conversations about this. I'm not against Phil at all. This man has been advocating for black people for quite some time. And to be honest, when I first really started going heavy on YouTube, aside from keeping certain libraries of what I used to do, I didn't know about all the ratchet stuff that people were talking about. I had found Phil out about maybe a year ago. Um, and I found it very informative. I heard about the other stuff like later on. But the thing is, you know, how could I say this? The man made a change when it came to his content, and he even explained why he made the change. I've been seeing comments about like he's a trend jumper. If he was a trend jumper, he probably could have just still been on the whole Royal Star, like weird ratchet type stuff. That's not cool. Another thing, everybody's talking about his wife. So what? That's his prerogative. They are married. That's a personal thing. I wouldn't want my wife, I'm not married, but I wouldn't want any of my family members on videos, especially if I'm getting threatened by white supremacists. A lot of you guys have a problem with her race, saying that she's white. She's not white. Yeah, she looks pale, but she's not a Caucasian. She's mestiza. And here's the thing. I've been seeing a lot of people saying that mixed people, mixed biracial black people are not black. Can't that work the same way for her then? I don't understand that. That's a little double standard for me. Like seriously, that makes no sense. So I guess she's 67% Native American, so, she's technically not white then, right? If a biracial person is not technically black, and then, I've seen people say this, especially if they have more white background, then they're not necessarily black from what certain people's logic are. And I'm not capping on anybody, but I'm just pointing some stuff out that I've seen on various YouTube channels, you know. And it's the question of even, we talk about being pro-black. What is pro-black at this point? I don't get it because, okay, if he's not in a relationship with a black woman, which, obviously I'm not against, is he anti-black? I'm like this, and I know I'm probably going to get shit for it, and people probably won't, be down with me or whatever. And I respectfully can disagree with people, and I love the people that I've talked to about this, and they've respectfully disagreed with me on this. And I think that's cool when we can respectfully disagree with each other. If a person's advocating for you to the point where they'll die for you as a person, that says a whole lot, no matter what race that person is. You know, I've met, as much as I can't stand white supremacy, I don't believe that all white people are white supremacists. I will say that. I think I've said it in other videos. I know people that aren't. Even though they can be, they have an opportunity to be, and this system is set up for them to be that way. But not everybody kowtows to that. I know that. Just like every black person could easily be a sellout or whatever, and not everybody kowtows to that. So I'm like this, dude, like I don't care who he's married to. I really don't. That's his prerogative. They love each other, you know, and that's his personal life. And from what I understand, she is an advocate for him, you know, and for what he's about. Nothing's wrong with that. Now, if you want to call him a swirler and all that, He's not promoting getting with other races just because the grass is greener on the other side. That's a swirler. That's Crystal, isn't whatever her name, Carazon. Yeah, he's in an interracial relationship. So what? A lot of people get in their feelings about that, and I understand. I'm not going to scoff at people for that, but to say that this guy is not valid because of that, with all the work that he has been putting in, that's not cool. Everybody has their opinion though, you know. And I'm going to do a video actually. So a few of you guys I've watched talked about there's no such thing as a black Mexican. I got something coming for you. I'll just stay tuned. I have a video about that coming up. I'm not gonna say more about it. You'll see it in the video. But seriously, you guys, I mean, I'm glad O'Shea had him on. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but a lot of us could be very unforgiving in a lot of ways. I know I can't talk because there's people that I probably have certain things against in my life, you know? So I have to work on that myself. I'm being honest. But Phil is an advocate for us. I don't care who he's married to. You know, he puts things, you know, on his broadcast to advocate for. And you know, it's a greater time that we've made our own media in a lot of ways. And I've seriously, you know, benefited from a lot of you guys, man, whether we disagree or not. And Phil is one of the people that I've benefited from richly. Yeah, I'm in the freaking closet of YouTube. I'm the I'm the black punk rocker on here, the odd rocker. I have homies that, you know, are on here as well. But we all have learned from each other, and I know some of you guys have learned from Phil. And even if you didn't, he's still there for those that listen to him. I'm not gonna indict Phil. It's like everybody's is on a witch hunt, basically, because of his woman. You know, you have so much stuff going on to where that's actually trivial, to be honest. To me, it is. We have a lot of stuff going on. Think about this. Back in the day when, you know, the whole civil rights thing, and even before, I don't know, would this have been an issue, huh? I don't know. There are groups that had multi races in there. There's also couples that were interracial, to be honest, that have been advocates for us. I'm not saying that you should trust that. I'm just letting you know that that's happened before. I'm not tripping. Now, it's the reason that I'm not tripping off of that. I'm like this. If they're an advocate for me and want the best for me and my people, I'm cool with that, dude. I don't care who they are. You know, I stand with Phil, dude. You know, like, it's all good. I understand you guys probably feel betrayed, but why? Why should you feel betrayed off of a person's personal decision that's not going to kill you? I'm trying to be respectful. I'm not trying to get in anyone's head or ear or anything like that. Like at least not in a disrespectful way. I'm just speaking my thoughts on this. And it's just questions of things that I've been seeing about this, man. Like, anyway, peace to all you guys, you know, and I'm not trying to be uber aggressive about this as far as like just in a disrespectful way, as I said before. I just thought I would express my feelings, man. This man has been putting in work, dude. He's not. Everyone's been saying all this stuff about him. I see this dude's heart. I don't think it's in a bad place at all. And, you know, from what I understand, even when you talk about that, he had a black wife before. And, whether, no matter what race it was, obviously he didn't think it was because she was black that it didn't work out. I've never heard him say anything like that. But, unfortunately, it didn't work out. But that's his business, and then he fell in love with whoever he did. It's his own business, though, dude. How does that affect the content that he brings? So a person can't be an advocate for you because of who they are married to. I don't understand that. Anyway, please, if you have anything negative to say, don't insult me. I preferably you not, because I'm not trying to insult you. I don't like that. And we can talk as adults and not kids, not as kids and throwing ad hominems at each other. I respect you guys. Please respect me. Salam. Peace.